injury-wise, availability-wise, how are you guys looking heading into the bowl game, starting out the week?
Injury-wise, looking pretty good. Should have everybody we need. No new injuries have popped up throughout the week, so I feel like we're in a good spot. We'll practice tomorrow. We'll have our normal Tuesday practice, so I'll have a better feel for where we are as a team. They had the weekend off this weekend, and but feel pretty good about where we're at.
Coaches Craig Stevens from mail.com down in Mobile. I wanted to ask you about Tyrone Pigram. He's a guy that's been through a lot in terms of transferring and some injuries in his past. What's he done for your program, and what is your assessment of how he's played?
Well, I tell you, he's been very steady for us. He's been a guy that we can lean on. I felt like it was tough for him because he didn't have a spring football to come in and learn the system. So he was kind of learning as he goes throughout the season. Really felt like he played his best football down the stretch there the last 3 to 4 games. Really glad that he was with us this year. He's an older guy, a mature guy. Really feel like he gives us everything he has, and he's a guy that you can, lean on and trust that he's going to give you everything he has. So I'm excited that he's our quarterback and that we get to do it one more time and play in this bowl game, try to get another win.
And real quick, also Georgia State's quarterback, another guy from Alabama, Cornelius Brown. What do you see out of him when you watch him on film?
Really good player, kind of can do it all. Good quality thrower, can get out of trouble, can run. I think he manages the offense well. Tall guy, so he sees pretty well. I think he does a nice job leading his team, and they're a good football team in general. I think we'll have a big challenge there, but he's a good quality player for sure.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach Jared with the Daily News. To follow up on the first question, I know Dayton Wade's been out for quite a while. Is he going to be available? And Xavier Lane wasn't available for Charlotte. Is he going to be available?
Yeah, Dayton should be available. He's back. He was able to practice last week. That's why I said I want to get through tomorrow's practice. Once I get through tomorrow's practice, I'll feel good about Dayton. But he was good last week. And then Xavier, I don't think he's going to be ready. I think his season's over. So.
Coach, how's the week look for you guys? With Christmas coming on, I guess you have the holiday going on. Do you still practice this week on Wednesday, Thursday? I know travel day's Friday. Kind of what's the week look like for you guys, I guess, scheduling?
Yeah, normal work week for us. Today was Monday. It's a normal Monday. Technically, the guys are off, but they're still working out, getting their lifts in, still preparing, watching film on their own. Tuesday will be a full padded practice for us. I take that'd be Shell's practice just because it's late in the season. But, we'll go through our normal Tuesday. Same thing. Wednesday will be a normal Wednesday. Thursday we'll be in helmets, and we'll get going Friday. And so pretty much a normal work week.
Coach Jared with the Daily News. What is the staff going to be looking like, for the game down in Mobile? I heard Coach Applin is no longer with you guys. Is there anybody else that won't be there that you guys have had throughout the season, or any additions?
Yeah, we should have everybody we need. We're really happy for Coach Applin. I think that was a great opportunity for him to go home. He's kind of a legend there at Arkansas State, so they were pretty happy. And that's home for them. So I was really, really excited for him. And we'll miss him, though. He was a really good coach and did a great job for us. And we'll have everybody else we need for the bowl game.
Coach Jared with the Daily News, I know you touched on their quarterback, Brown, but this is a team, it looks like they're fairly balanced. I believe they average about 230 passing yards, 190 rushing. What do you notice from those guys offensively, and then defensively? What do you think that they do well that you're going to have to do to put up some points on them?
Yeah, overall as a team, they're a really good football team. And I think you look at their conference they're playing in, they're kind of like us. They're in a top-heavy division. They got some tough opponents they got to play in their division, as do we. So, there's really not a lot of weaknesses there. I think quarterback's a good quality player. I think they got good skill. I think if you let them break out in the open when they're skilled players, they're going to take it to the house on you. Good physical offensive line. They do a nice job running the football. They protect the quarterback. quarterback can get out of trouble. So, you can, check every box there for them offensively. Defensively, they get after you. I mean, they play fast, they play tough, they're physical. They look like they enjoy playing the game. I think their head football coach does a great job. I think I've watched him, and over the past couple of years, they go into Tennessee a year ago and were able to get an upset there and really did a great job, just outplayed them, and says a lot about that head football coach and what he's capable of getting out of his players. So, I've been watching them for a while. We got a tremendous challenge, but we are also a good football team. I think we will be very motivated, and I think it should be an exciting game to be a part of.
Coach, Matthew Hargrove here with the College Heights Herald. It was just announced that you had 6 players make all-conference. Talking about D'Angelo Malone, he won Defensive Player of the Year. Can you just talk about how special that is for your program?
Yeah, just year after year, D'Angelo's done a great job. He's very deserving of that honor. Just excited for him, as are our other players. We had several other players that, were all conference and had a lot of honorable mentions, and says a lot about our football team and the type of guys that we have. And, I've really felt like as we got halfway through the season, they really started to play their best football, really started to kick it in high gear. And our best players rose to the occasion, and so they got recognized today for that. But excited for D'Angelo. He's very deserving of that honor.
And to follow up that question, 2 of the players that made all conference, John Haggerty and Braden Narvison, both coming from the special teams. Obviously, people don't really pay attention a lot to the special teams, but can you talk about how much it means to have 2 guys make the all-conference team and what that does for your team from that position?
Yeah, I mean, John's been the guy for us since he's got here. He had his ups and downs this year, but really hit his groove towards late in the season. He's probably one of the most talented kicking specialists in college football, in my opinion. Again, he had some ups and downs this year, but he's pretty dang talented. So he's very deserving of that honor. And then Braden, to come in and do what he did was outstanding. He was clutch for us and really, really did a great job. And so happy, though, that hopefully I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. We got both those guys next year. I'm going to put some pressure on them. I'm going to go ahead and say publicly I'm counting on them next year. So that'll be good.
Coach Jared with the Daily News again. I know you touched on it a little bit the last time we had you, but their schedule has been kind of like yours, where it was really kind of loaded at the beginning of the season, where they played a ranked Louisiana team, ranked Coastal team that everybody knows what they've done this year. But they've closed strong, won 3 of their last 4 games. When you look back at the film, is there anything different that you noticed about the improvements that they made along the way, or anything like that you can take into Saturday's game?
Yeah, again, I think there's a lot of similarities to our football team and their football team. That's why I think it's such a great matchup. I think they've played good football down the stretch. They hit a couple games, 1 or 2 games there that, they didn't play as good as they wanted to, but they had some really close losses too, and so the 4 games that they lose, those are some pretty dang good football teams. And a lot of those teams, they played them really hard. So, I think we're very comparable. I think you'll have 2 motivated teams. I think 2 teams that match up well. We've both had ample time to prepare. We should know each other in and out. So it's really a matter of who's going to show up to the park and play the best and want it more. And so hopefully we'll put on a good show for everybody. But, yeah, they're a very, very good team, and should be a great challenge, but one we're excited about.
Coach, this is Hunter Smith with WBKU. Aside from the game itself, are there any of the bowl – is there going to be any sort of bowl game festivities? I know just this year everything is completely different, and it's a quick turnaround for you guys.
No bowl game festivities. We're going to go down the night before. In a year like this, I think it's a good thing to treat it just like a normal week, and let the guys be here, be in comfortable surroundings. We'll all be together for Christmas, we're going to embrace that and enjoy each other's company. And this is the last go around for a lot of our guys that are seniors. And, every team's a new team every year. So we know for sure this is our last go around this year. So we're going to enjoy that, enjoy each other's company, but just treat it like a regular game week. And in a year like this, that's the best way, in my opinion, to approach it. And I think in the long run, our guys will probably appreciate that. I think they're going to enjoy each other's company for this last week.
Shared with the Daily News, kind of going off of that, last year you guys were preparing for a bowl game on a Monday morning. And I know the last game of the season was at one point scheduled for a Tuesday morning, but is there any benefit to playing on a Saturday afternoon, kind of like a normal thing where football players are kind of creatures of habit?
Yeah, no, it is. It's good. It allows you to stay on your normal work week. Nothing changes for you. Like I've said before, we are creatures of habit. A Tuesday is a Tuesday. A Wednesday is a Wednesday. I think it's pretty special too, though, because the rest of the world gets to have Christmas, the normal Christmas. And, what's the nature of most people the day after Christmas? Turn on the TV and watch a football game. So we'll be on a platform for a national audience to showcase Western Kentucky and what we're all about. And that's what you look for. We always talked about we want to be a part of the national conversation. Well, what better opportunity to do that than this Saturday, the day after Christmas? And I think our guys are excited to be able to be on that platform and show the world what Western Kentucky is all about.
Shared with the Daily News again. I just have one more. We haven't had you since signing period. I guess what can you say about the class that you signed during the early period last week?
Well, I really don't look at it as a class. We're just getting started, and it's going to be a process all the way up to kickoff and of next season, to be honest with you. And that's my approach of how I'm doing it. I think recruiting's changing. I think the portal world that we're dealing with now, if you play it the right way and you recruit hard and you get the right people, it really can play in your favor. So that's kind of our approach. We're going to continue to recruit. We did sign a couple guys. We're probably sitting around 7 or 8 guys right now. Expect to add more over the next couple of weeks, and then we'll see where we're at. But we're going to be recruiting all the way through spring as well. And it's interesting how this goes. There's a wave that was last week. There'll be a wave in February. There'll be another wave in spring, and there'll be a wave in summer. So, and we'll be a part of all those waves. So we have 25 spots to fill, which is a full class, and we plan on trying to do that.